everyone. So now I'm gonna introduce our guests here. So Amir is the director of CAV Group globally and president of ControlAV USA, whose business mainly covers cruise tourism. Amir, say hi to everybody. Hi. Amir is responsible for the operation globally, oversees projects and coordinates with them with our global facilities. He has long-standing relationships and has forged new ones with many clients, trade organizations, suppliers, and contractors in Miami and internationally. He works closely at the executive level with many of our major clients. Then let's welcome Brennan. Brennan is the audiovisual systems director at Engineers in the USA. Maybe everybody here knows the Sphere in Las Vegas. That's from ME Engineers. Brennan has 25 years of experience in the industry, serving in roles as a client, system integrator, and now as a consultant. As a firm, ME Engineers' primary focus is on projects within the sports and entertainment market, with an emphasis on stadiums, arenas, and other large venues. ME provides consulting services for both system design, engineering, and technical client representation. Then it should be Valentino, Senior Manager of Resort AV at Melco Resorts Entertainment. With over 15 years of experience in the AV industry, he's responsible for overseeing and managing the technical operations of the property-wide AV systems. He also acts as an in-house AV consultant, providing bespoke solutions to meet daily operational requirements. His role is centered around integrating innovative technologies to elevate guests' experience and ensure operational efficiency. Here is our San Leung, and she's the Manager Director of Nova Range. She's famous in Hong Kong and Macau. A technology consultancy based in Hong Kong at Nova Range. She specializes in providing integrated design solutions in acoustics, audiovisual, IT, theoretical specialties, helping clients optimize their venues for exceptional guest experience. And her primary focus is on the hospitality and entertainment sectors, where she worked with resorts, performance venues, and large-scale attractions to enhance their technological infrastructure. With over 20 years of experience in the industry, she has witnessed firsthand how LED technology has revolutionized the way venues engage audiences, and she looks forward to discussing how innovation of LED display continues to shape the future of immersive entertainment. Last but not least, let's warmly welcome Professor Wang. She's from the Tsinghua University, the Executive Vice President of the Cultural Tourism Architectural Design and Research Institute at Tsinghua University Architectural Design and Research Institute. As one of the floor flagship divisions directly under THAD, they specialize in integrated solutions across cultural, tourism, education, entertainment, resort, and so on, delivering end-to-end services from strategic planning to EPC project delivery. We can also see Professor Wang's project in the universe as well, because she's also coordinating with the China National Space Administration. Her team is committed to create culturally resonant and sustainable spaces through innovation. By bridging academic research with industry practices, they've been pioneering in developing customized solutions for cultural tourism complexes, wellness resorts, and educational industrial parks, empowering clients to maximize land value while creating extraordinary human experience. Let's warmly welcome these guests coming here.
And my name's Weskeal West. I'm with Absen. I'm a channel manager and consultant liaison in the Rocky Mountain area. So how this is going to go, we have several topics that we're going to discuss. We'll have presentations for each of those topics, but we certainly would like your engagement as this is a discussion. So if you have questions at the end of the topic 1, topic 2, topic 3, please feel free to engage with our specialists here. What major advancements have been made in LED display technology in recent years that affect your industry? How do these innovations break the limitations of traditional spaces and create a more immersive and boundaryless experience environment? And first, we'd like to talk with Brennan about the Sphere project, but also about how you think LED display technology will change, and the Sphere is a great example of that.
Yeah, the Sphere is definitely an example I think everybody is familiar with. We had the opportunity to work on it for the last 5 years or so as a couple different roles, but really the biggest thing with audio guy. The biggest thing with Sphere is it broke the way that we view LED experiences and transforming a spectator and bringing them into the experience within a venue. And so it was unlike anything else that's ever been done. It was, I'm trying to condense 5 years of work into 5 minutes. It's kind of a bit of a trip. But when we look at how Sphere was developed, the brainchild behind it and I guess the way that the concept of Sphere was presented, nobody really knew what the product was going to be at the end. We started building a project without knowing how it was ultimately going to be delivered. Every day there were new technologies being invented, different ways of doing things, and that goes from content to the LED display itself. The entire signal chain was unique and bespoke to Sphere, and there were so many people way smarter than I was working on the project and developing those kinds of things. But at the end of the day, it was really just an opportunity to see and push, take an idea of what could be and actually turn it into reality in this experience that has now become almost synonymous. It's a household name. You just say Sphere and everyone's knows exactly what you're talking about. So I think that's kind of it in the short version.
When you were approached with that project, to do that kind of a design had to be, to some degree, innovative and new. How did you even come to determine what types of LED products or what products to even consider?
It was completely terrifying. And to be honest, we were not the LED designers for the project. There was another group. The manufacturer was directly involved with the development of the product, so I can't take any of the credit for that. But it was lots of technical evaluations on how does the LED product work with the sound product? How does the sound transmit through the LED wall? Basically, everything that comes together to make the Sphere what it is kind of where we sat within the project, bringing all the technologies together.
And how long of a project process is that, Brennan?
So it was 5 years. I would say the project was evolving from when we first stepped into the project we stepped in about the 50% design development phase, all the way through opening days. Things were continually being iterated and a lot of this works and that doesn't work. It was just a continual evolution of the design process, I guess.
And what types of things did you learn from it, or what are your takeaways?
We learned that the big yellow smiley face that everyone sees does not play well with GPS signals. That was a fun one. That's a whole nother story, and I think I used to have hair, and this Mr. Smiley, he has a name now, I forget what it is, but he took some life off my ears for that one. I think the biggest thing, and it's not necessarily a tangible thing, but it was the kind of a relentless pursuit that's a little cliche, but there was never a point where anyone said this is good enough. Everybody on the team was always saying, how can we make this better? How can we create a more immersive experience for the people that are going to come to see our venue? They wanted it to, if somebody's sitting there in the venue, they want the giraffe that's walking across the street. They're putting you in the position of being on the Serengeti looking at the giraffe. just seeing it on the screen wasn't good enough. They wanted you to be able to experience it and feel it and be like you were actually in the venue.
Have you attended any concerts there? Have you gone?
I was fortunate to be there for the open night at the U2 show. That was an emotional experience. You know, and I think any of us where we're spending so much time, putting so much energy into a project, you know, not even Sphere necessarily, but any project, you know, it's becomes very personal to us. That one specifically was hard to go like, holy cow, we actually made it, we did this, we pulled it off. It was super cool. And it exceeded every expectation. You know, I think as technology people, it becomes very easy to become, sort of unimpressed by technology anymore. You know, we see it every day, and it's like, oh, cool, that's another LED wall, or hey, that's a cool speaker. But then to actually sit inside Sphere, you're going, I would cuss, but I'm gonna be nice. You're just blown away. Like, there's very few experiences that actually make you go, holy cow, this is amazing. And Sphere did that in every sense of the word.
It not only blew you away, but it blew away the industry. I mean, again, you have to just say Sphere and everyone knows what you're talking about.
Yeah, exactly. I think one of the coolest moments was a couple weeks ago, we got to take my parents for the first time. And, you know, everyone knows, like, oh, you do AV, and no one really knows what it means. And then we walked out of it, and they went, we had no idea this is what you do. Like, this was so far beyond anything that they thought it was. That was probably one of the best moments of the entire
Their respect
project.
level for their son that went way up, didn't it?
I don't know about respect level, but yeah, it was just the, oh my gosh, that you do that? I'm like, yeah, that's what we do. So
very cool. Sant, how do you think LED technology has changed or will impact the player experience in casinos?
I actually more involved in the non-gaming part, so not really direct engaged in the players, but in casino, that non-gaming part, we always try to attract the customers to stay longer, to involve, and then for the performance or some ad hoc shows like that. So for the latest technology, for the revolving of the LED technology, I think for me it's more the flexible and also the how they now the new technology blend into the physical decoration that make it so discreet, but then you get into the area and then you didn't notice it, and suddenly you find that it's the LED wall and something like that to give you a great experience on that one. Then the audience or customers, they actually not only just come by, walk by, but then they get into engage in that area, and then they keep that into their memory. So I really think that one is the flexible LED type, and also the transparent one, then really can apply to so many different applications.
Amir, you were talking about some of the Broadway shows that are coming to the cruise ships. How exciting that must be. Does that require a different type of product, or does that change your designs?
Well, I mean, designing an entertainment venue on a cruise ship, which is always moving, it's like it's very different from, brick and mortar type of buildings. And when it comes to video walls and immersive experiences, the installation portion of it, it's very demanding.
Excellent. Any questions from our audience for the panelists?
yes. 2.0 is coming. I think a lot was learned in the first one that was very kind of specific to that type of installation, whether that's, and I guess, kind of one thing that would apply is customization. For that product, there was hundreds and hundreds of custom tiles to make the shape it needed to. And there was a lot of parametric modeling to actually figure out what the most efficient design was to actually build the thing, keep it round, but reduce the number of modules. I think as visual design continues to improve and we're able to iterate that better and better, that is going to be one also a maintenance issue. You know, how do you actually maintain, you know, 160,000 square feet or any size LED with, you know, keeping 700 different types of modules on the shelf? Like it becomes a logistical nightmare. That's one that I think we'll definitely see improvements on. First one was awesome.
Any other questions for the panelists on this topic? So we need to go the right way. Topic 2. In entertainment scenarios, how can display technology integrate with sound, interactivity, and data to create experiences that resonate emotionally with the audience? And Wang, I believe you have a PowerPoint presentation to discuss about this topic. Would you like to introduce it?
我给大家分享一下，我们从这个2020年做一个跨界的，也是跟咱们的 LED 显示屏相结合的，是跟中国航天还有中国火箭的一些艺术的跨界的合作，主要就是探讨咱们这个屏幕在地球以外的空间，咱们怎么样去做一个跨结合。那这个是我们2020年跟纽约 Deep 艺术基金会和中国航天，然后结合了一个这个卫星，叫瓢虫1号，是全球首个艺术卫星。它整个的话是有100公斤，然后它打到外太空，这颗卫星是打到外太空之后，距离地球是547公里。然后我们的展期为期是547天。然后下一页我们可以看到，这个当时我们是联合了全球，包括日本、美国、欧洲和中国的一些当代的艺术家，在疫情期间做的关于地球保护环境的一些这样的一个艺术作品。然后这个是我们艺术家在整个的作品的一些展示。下一页。现在我们看到的是，瓢虫1号的艺术卫星已经打到了地球以外的太空，这个是我们的地球，这是我们的真实的一个影像。然后它这个屏这边有一个弹射框，直接是可以让我们的艺术作品和地球进行合影的。这个是我们当时在20年疫情期间，然后也是表现一个全世界团结去抗争这样的一个疫情的一个主题，然后我们做的这样的一个跟跨界的，然后地球以外空间的这样的艺术的一个尝试。下一页。这个就是我们10位艺术家的作品，然后和我们的地球的这样的一个合影，然后包括它有标，它的经纬度的坐标和它的时间。下一页。然后我们在这颗卫星上安了一个闪烁的灯。现在我们看到的是用摩斯密码，然后是在北京故宫的上空用手机拍摄到的，也就是它的密码是呼叫地面艺术家，因为我们把这个卫星定义成第11位艺术家，他在地球以外呼叫我们地面的遍布在全球的艺术家，然后这个就是我们的一个巧思。现在这个卫星还在咱们的地球的外太空，然后还有在工作啊。下一页啊。然后我们在2021年的时候，就是把这个深空石器时代，然后做的一个延展，就是深空新石器时代，就是我们结合了长征3号的运载火箭的残片，在北京有做一个地面的展。因为当时 NFT 很火嘛，我们有把月球表面的土壤，然后它的地产化，月球的土地地产化，然后用 NFT 的形式在艺术展当天然后去认购，然后当时我们是所有地块都已经认购完毕了的。这个是另一个结合地球以外和地球以内，包括月球的一个这样的联动。然后下一页。然后2022年的时候呢，我们做了一个跟中国火箭的这样的一个合作，也就是说，在中国火箭内部有一个整流罩，它的1级火箭内它有一个钛版的配重片，这个现在就是我们中国火箭的捷龙3号的钛版的配重片。然后我们的展期呢，因为咱们国内的这个火箭 它是没有返回机制的。它打到深空之后，把物资补给给空间站之后，它就进入深空了。所以我们也是结合了一些艺术家的作品，它的整个的展期是1000年。下一页。这个是现场我们拍的跟火箭整流罩的一个照片。是中国航天科工集团在火箭组装的时候去拍的。那我们是结合一些艺术作品的这样的一个授权，像梵高、木下、达利和程家令，就是也是国内外的这样知名艺术家作品，在这个平衡板上，然后去进行激光的一个扫描，然后把它再贴到火箭上，这样做一个结合。下一页。这个是我们在整个捷龙3号火箭这个组装我们的艺术品在没有贴到整流罩的一个合影，然后包括我们整个组装完毕之后，整个捷龙3号的火箭已经运载至它的海上发射台的这样的一个场景。下一页。这个是捷龙3号火箭在海上发射成功的一个照片。下一页。所以呢，我今天想要分享的就是一个我们结合第一块屏在地球表面的这样的一个联动，然后结合和月球的一个联动，最终我们把艺术家的作品放在火箭之内，打进深空，为期1000年的这样一个展。然后我们这个跨界的项目还在继续，今年我们要跟中国火箭用这个青州号飞船，它是载人到月球的这样的一个飞船，然后它同时也是给空间站运送物资的这样一个飞船。我们想结合爱比森的屏，然后去征集全球的合作伙伴一些艺术的一些内容，然后我们在这个飞船内部去做一个这样的一个展，然后跟地球有一个联动。飞船内部的一个展示在太空，然后地球内部呢，我们可以选几个点，国内和国外的这样点的一个联动。所以我想要探讨，就是我们从项目当中，我觉得有一些 idea 可以从咱们国际的角度去出发，通过咱们的一个外太空，结合咱们一个屏去做一些展，然后欢迎这个喜欢跨界的伙伴加入到我们的这个项目当中。谢谢。
Thank you. Valentino, in high-traffic venues like casinos, how can the integration of sound, interactivity, and real-time data analysis enhance the emotional engagement of players?
Well, inside the casino, we do have integration system, including with LED wall and gaming system. So the gaming system will provide the data that driven some kind of visual element and also the audio effect to create a more energetic environment inside the casino. So, for example, if there is somebody who win a game, they can all this simple winning will build into a more emotional and more happier environment and help other people will recognize that, oh, there's a winner there. And even when there are a lot of winning in certain table, there will be spotlighting on this table, so people will go to play the game and encourage the activities.
And is data part of that too? Data analysis?
Yes. That's all driven by data.
Fantastic. Brennan, how did sound, interactivity, and data affect the sphere design?
It was kind of crucial to it, right? The whole point of Sphere is you don't see speakers, all the behind-the-scenes stuff. So there was a lot of very intentional design development put into the LED product to actually allow for sound to transmit through the wall appropriately. A lot of kind of computational modeling to look at what were the effects on axis and off axis. All that's just kind of skimming the surface, super high level. But yeah, for really a project where you couldn't see the speakers, the design of the LED was sort of fundamental to its success. In terms of like interactivity and data specifically, that's still kind of a to be developed process. All the infrastructure is there for them to do whatever they want to do. crazy madmen that are designing the content for it want to do.
2.0 coming soon. How, in casino, how do you see the combination of displays, sound, and interactivity affecting your business?
I think it's an all-in-one experience, and apart from the audio-visual is the core, and then also the content is actually the key. So it's actually I think I will quite looking forward to the future AI, how to implement into that too, because it's actually data driven from the customer experience, and then also for event venue. So see if different brand they can put up some like logo or something that the AI can help on the content generate and have the new experience on how they project. For sure, LED wall and also the speaker sound is a hardware tool, but need to know how to use them and then make it more clever and then more entertaining. I think this is the key.
Sounds very challenging. Amir, on cruise ships, since you're putting on Broadway shows, how do sound and interactivity work together to create immersive experiences?
Well, I mean, in the cruise ships, it's not only Broadway shows, right? There's also casinos, and there's a lot of entertainment. So, I guess going forward with AI and all of that, not just the immersive experience, but when you're on the cruise ship, they know what you like because they make you wear now these wristbands that they gather data from you. They know what your drink that you like is. When you approach a bar and you put the thing, he already knows your name and he brings your drink. So everything is focused to making you eat more, spend more, and have more fun. And LEDs, it's like, you can't put a speaker behind a metal bulkhead, but they don't like to see speakers either. But, LED walls are all in your face, and, the technology where you can get closer and be more interactive with the visuals, it's what's driving all of these. The cruise ships is almost full of LED video walls and screens and information, trying to get you to have some fun and spend your money.
Does a floating, moving environment change some of the interactivity or some of the designs because it's always moving, always
Yes,
flux?
I mean, I know a lot of people at Royal Caribbean and Princess, and like Royal Caribbean entertains 80,000 passengers a day. They have over 18 ships, and these entertainment venues are on every day, 7 days a week. So it's not easy.
Doesn't sound easy. Any questions for the panelists from the audience? No? Go, Brandon.
Marine environment, it's everything, all the time. No matter, I mean, they have marine coding, the lights and speakers and all that, but the environment is very harsh, and you have to install. The installation needs to be mindful of that. But it's a very harsh service.
Indoor and outdoor? Does it affect both?
Yeah, indoor is less than outdoors, but I don't know if you've seen, but the bigger the ships they are, the more open they are. There's a lot more outdoor than indoor, because everybody wants to be outside, nobody wants to be indoor.
Any other questions? Okay, we'll go to topic 3. Topic 3. As displays become the infrastructure of entertainment spaces, what transformative changes can we expect in the future regarding industry collaboration, business models, and user experiences? Sant, I think you have some information on this topic.
Yes, I actually have a quick one that about the manage the expectation of the final outcome of the installation. So next, please. So actually, so how we going to apply the LED wall is actually, I think everybody face the same challenge because we know, oh, you have the greatest, you have the premium LED wall, but how you going to apply it? Because like what echo to Brennan, because now live theater is no longer only the proscenium stage, no longer just like what you say, the rectangular or different shape, but you can still have a sphere inside. So it's really think out of the box. Next, please. So we need to see what's the purpose of you have the display, how you use it, how you want to display on it, what is the purpose of it. So it's actually the next one, but actually, so I would say, normally the LED wall is for signage, for advertisement, for information, for promoting your brand, like that. But now, the application is more than that because we have new technology. It can be very flexible, it can be acoustic transparent, it can be holographic, like that. So it's actually, we can blend in more application to only one wall to do one thing. So next, please. So here are some of our projects, but we can have the performance space, we can have the ice rink, and then the arena, like that. So informative, yes, like for example the arena, then you have a center hung scoreboard, you have the ribbon, you have the corner side. So you can, if there's NBA games, you can see so the player information, so what is the goal, what is the scores, but in the middle you still can see the whole performance, and then the floor LED, and then it's more the interactive one. So it's actually, we can add more element on the, not only the one single application on the display. So that's really, thank you for the technology keep evolving. It's actually very exciting. Next, please. So yeah, it's just simple talking about these projects, about the combination of the display itself. Because like now you see the center scoreboard, the bottom one, now the technology really can form the perfect circle right now. Like few years ago or 10 years ago, we can have the circle, but yes, you still see the angles. Yes. So what I mean is, like, back to my previous topic, now we can really think about how we apply the displays, audio and things, and even with AIs later, and then really make something interesting in the future for the entertainment, for the gaming, for the attraction, and make us proud, the projects. I think it's more important.
Excellent. And I think the flooring, the LED flooring for sports is really the future of games, don't you?
Yes, Absen has it.
We do. Very, very nice product placement. Yes, we do. And I think it has a lot of, for the future of sports, I think it has a lot of applications.
Yes. Actually, you are right. Actually, it can be more, have some interactive things like the audience, and then not only audience sit inside and then the player play the game, but they can have more interactive movement through that entertainment facilities.
Do you feel like that's where the industry is going, to more displays, more locations, and more interactivity?
I do think so. It really attracts people's attention on the game, or during the intermission, the cheerleaders and things like that. It really can extend the usage of not only the display, but to get you involved and change your mood, like that, ignite your mood on that one. Really, really cool.
How do you see the fan interaction, or how do you see that progressing in your... How do the fans participate in the?
Oh, yeah. Because currently for the game, normally they give you a bracelet or give you some pole, and then it's actually have the interaction of the light itself. So the whole game, if the blue team playing, and then they will change your bracelet, and so it's more interactive, more engaging. Even you're not a big fan of that team, you have to support that. So I think it's something like that really get you involved to the game, and then you really remember that.
Great, thank you. Valentino, what do you feel like the future holds for interactivity and user experiences?
I think on interactive, initially we normally rely on our SI and also consultant to give us the information for what is available in the market, what is the technology trend that is using in the market now. And we have started to network more with the manufacturer and knowing about what actually the manufacturer support is, and we also being able to evaluate more on the actual product that they are providing. So sometimes like an SI, they will only take one or two pieces of product for you to choose, but actually there are a lot in the manufacturer that you can consider. So I think in the future we will still develop more on this type of communication between the manufacturer and end user, so we can gain more knowledge from that.
How do you think personalized displays and personalized information will drive the experience? More personal content or more personal information that will be driven by data or by data-driven AI?
I think what we are trying to achieve from our properties is to create a property-wide immersive experience for the guests. So if we can get like AI involved, maybe like now we have tried to build a lot of LED walls inside or outside our properties. We can have more interactive experience through like AI and sensing system. So we can provide games experience, and we can provide musical or effect from what we already have in the property. And for example, inside the gaming area, now we have a lot of different games in different areas. But we also have background music system that support the whole area. If we could possibly integrate everything together and make like jackpot winning to be more enhanceable all the way around the scenes speakers that we have, and like we can utilize a lot and improve the guest experience.
Can you help me ask a question? How does Wang feel that the relationship between art, technology, and architecture creating an immersive experience? Can you help?
我们最近有做一个这个音乐厅的一个项目，主要是在整个音乐厅的改造的外立面用冰屏，然后去做一些内容，有春夏秋冬的内容。那不同点呢，第一呢是有感应结合这个天文台的一些数据，也就是说今天是下雨还是下雪还是刮风，它的整个的建筑是能感应到天气的。 所以说，在外面下雪的，在这个空中下雨或下雪的过程当中呢，它的建筑的内容马上感应到会切到一个下雨和下雪的呼应，所以我们这样的一个建筑，这是外立面的一个交互的一个创新。然后内立面呢，我们会做一些全沉浸的展，就像日本的那样 Teamland 的一些内容，但是这个内容它是随机性的，因为日本 Teamland 的那个它的那个实时的内容的切换，它是不重复的，是被大英博物馆有收藏，所以这样的一个技术现在在国内都已经咱们是完全掌握的。所以说在每一步的这样的一个交互的过程当中是有变化的，而且每一帧是完全不一样的，是交叉重复的组合。所以我觉得在这个音乐厅的这个感应当中呢，我们会有全沉浸音，然后它的整个的结合 AI，就是 AI 听到这个音乐，整个的内容会跟整个的交响乐团这样的一个呼应，所以这个是我觉得可以供大家参考的一个案例。
Amir, I'm coming to you. What's the future hold? What's the future hold? Tell us what's coming.
Well, I mean, like you say, LED has been the innovation. It's getting to a point where it's almost ubiquitous, not like LCD. And in cruise ships, I mean, it's also a hotel, right? So there, we're looking. There's been some developments where you can get to your room and, on the floor it says welcome, your name and what you like, and they'll ask you questions. You imagine that either on the screen or on the floor when you walk in, it's already been personalized for you. You know what I mean? And the same thing outside, when, facial recognition, all that stuff will get you some information for you, on the cruise ship, like if you have a reservation or any of that stuff, it's all data that's there.
Is the goal to automate or be more personal? What do you think?
It's more personal. It feels like they know you personally, and that's where they're going.
Do you see automation as part of that too, or is that?
Well, there's some, but it's still a very manual environment on a cruise ship. I mean, it's an old industry, that's trying to innovate, but they don't want to try too many new things that they don't know if it's going to work or not.
No robots delivering your towels or anything like that?
No, not yet.
Okay, Brennan, same question for you. Where are we going in entertainment designs, and what's on the future?
Yeah, so I think for our venue specifically, it's a lot of like stadium arenas and sports environments. Immersive is like the buzzword in the industry. Everybody wants to do immersive, and not a lot of owners actually know or understand what that means. And so we see ourselves a lot of times in a situation where we have to kind of educate, what creating an immersive environment for a fan looks like. And the truth is, doing immersive audio or immersive video at scale for 50,000 people isn't all that practical to do it well. You can create some cheap effects and kind of fake trick the ear that for panning effects and that sort of thing, but you're not really creating an immersive experience. Where we really see the shift going, and it lends itself towards the business side as well, is creating ultra premium immersive experiences for those high paying tickets. So where you have suite holders or club holders paying for the all-inclusive experience for one match for the season. How can we create a more immersive or high-end experience for those type of environments? And those are the spaces where we can do it really well, where you have kind of a captive audience in a space. Your audio can be designed very, very well to create a fully immersive audio environment. Video can be the same way. We don't necessarily see a full immersive video kind of experience, but there's a kind of the trend to how can we create a alternative view for the fan, like a pitch side suite holder. How can we give them access to camera views that no one else in the venue is going to have access to? How can they put themselves on the field or on the bench, or probably not in the locker room, but kind of those more personal, intimate touch points where they're not, they know they're not in, they're not on the pitch, but they can experience something that's kind of exclusive and premium to them. That's where we really see kind of the immersive, their design setting.
So are you saying kind of a good, better, best experience? Like you could opt in to have a better experience at the same event, or kind of a...
Sort of. It's really going to be geared more towards the season ticket holders, or kind of the high-paying tickets where they're committed for not just a game but a season. And it's a hey, if you want to add like a project we're working on right now, in their bunker suites, they have access to 11 different cameras throughout the venue where they can have a unique experience that only those people in that suite can access. So they can control the cameras, they can put themselves pitch side, they can put themselves over the stadium. Anywhere we have the cameras, they have access to, and it's only available to that very select group of 8 suites.
Wow, that sounds pretty cool. Questions from the audience? No? Okay. How much time do we have left, Ben? 10 minutes. Okay, perfect. Well, I think Absen certainly is participating in the future of that with some of our flexible designs, some of our display designs. Brennan, I'll pick on you again. What types of display designs do you see being instrumental in some of your designs?
So we're seeing, in the U.S. market, everybody wants to outdo each other. How can we be better than the next guy, bigger, more different, unique, that sort of thing. So we're really being asked for what is the next evolution of, display layouts. And it's a tricky question to answer because, some people want to do custom shapes. Well, how custom do you actually want to get? Do you want to spend the money on creating custom panels to create whatever crazy shape you want to? Or do you want to focus out on content? Do you want to get a bigger screen, smaller pixel pitch, whatever variable to drive up the cost is, you could do that as well. So there's not a good answer for that necessarily because it really depends on the owner and kind of what their priorities are, I would say. But we are definitely seeing the approach to displays in general be shifted more from how can we just go bigger and how can we be more creative. A good example of that is we have one owner who wants, they're building a new stadium, they want to keep views of the mountains as a priority. So they don't want to close in the stadium, they want it to be open air. But then the question of where do we put the scoreboard came up. And we're going, well, you can put it right here and block the mountains. And he's like, well, that's not an option. Of course it's not an option. So we're proposing the idea of a transparent scoreboard. So it's using transparent modules, semi-transparent to give like that opaqueness when the display's off. They can see through it, still get their mountain views, and then when it's game time, it goes to full scoreboard mode. So it's kind of those types of unique situations where it's not necessarily just bigger is better, but how can we use different product types to really create a different experience or enhance other elements of the project.
Sant, can I ask you the same question? What types of displays do you see, or how do you see displays changing, or what kinds of things are you being asked for?
It's a tough question.
Tough question, I know. That's why I asked you, because you're so smart.
I think more and more the quality is the most important, and then so actually now we have the micro LED, and then we can get very dark and very sharp and small pixel, and then so that more content that we can play now we cannot imagine before. Now the content of like 3D or the naked eye 3D, and then like the painting, something they can put on the display, and then they become really, really close to real. And I think that's more the content creator and then the client, they would love to see in the future that the wall is not only some dots that we can see from outside, but it can be really like merged to really fit into the whole decoration. And then I think the technology now and then more close in the future that we can really reach that in the quality wise.
Amir, are there different requirements for cruise ships access or mobility? Are there things that are challenging in the cruise industry that are unique?
Well, I mean, one of the things in the cruise industry is becoming more green, you know what I mean, less waste, and that's important. And also how LEDs evolving where it is not so obvious it's an LED. Naval architects and interior designers don't want to see technology in your face. They just want it to be a flowing thing, and that's very important. And it's happening. I mean, it is happening. People are evolving where they don't mind technology being so next to them. A wall that might interact with you or something. I mean, Disney's pretty good at doing that. There's some. I mean, if you haven't been to a cruise ship, you should try the technology there. It's pretty impressive how it's being used. And content, it's another thing. Content, it's very key too. It needs to feel real. I mean, inside cabins don't have a window, so now they have virtual balconies. They used to put big LCD screens, but now some of the high-end cruise lines have an LED wall behind the curtain that looks like a balcony. That's got a shoot of the outside and actual live camera. Yeah.
See, I knew you'd have some great input on that one. Any questions from the audience? Well, thank you to our panelists. Entertainment design is certainly one of the fastest growing industries for direct-view LED. As you can see, design is also difficult, and it's difficult to integrate all of the immersive components to truly make a successful project. But immersive experiences are really the buzzword, as Brennan said. And so, how do you do that well? And I think these panelists have proven how you do some of those projects very well. Physical environments are more important than ever since COVID. People are really returning to the physical environment versus the virtual environment, and so having designers and people in the industry that can create a positive, meaningful experience from the physical environment is becoming more and more important. We hope that today you've had a positive and meaningful experience with the panelists, and please give a round of applause for our panelists.